business trip.
Did the people move around?
It does tingle a little bit.
Oh, you got him.
Yeah. It is top 3 time, and we have a new... Yeah. Platinum Mickey.
Whatever. Top 3 Chewy time.
So, welcome to DPI Top 3. This is where we are going to pull out a random category from this little bag of chips, and we are going to have 20 seconds to figure out what our favorite 3 or least favorite 3 items from that category are. This is a very interactive show, so if Chewy wants to partake, Chewy's partaking today. So let's go ahead and pull out a chip and let's see what we go here. And we are going to go with chip number 19. Let's see what 19 is, just so you guys can see. Chip number 19. I am not lying today, like I do some nights. And
I knew it.
All right. So, yeah, that was a weird one. Okay. Top 3 things, and I feel like we've done something similar to this, but top 3 things to do outside of the parks.
Wait, yeah, we have done this, but whatever.
I feel like we've done that. Hold on, let me go back through. Favorite pools, character meet and greets, food and wine rows. We haven't done this one.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, we're doing it. Here we go.
Planning your first trip and getting overwhelmed by all the details? Planning your next trip and just want some new suggestions on things you haven't tried? Contact me at Princess and the Mouse Travel, and I'd love to work with you planning your next trip to the most magical place on earth.
You can contact Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel on Facebook at PATM Disney Travel. I did find it. It was places worth walking to outside the parks. Not things to do outside the parks. So, okay. So, tonight's category, top 3 things to do outside of the parks. Peter, go ahead and start us off with your number 3. There are a lot of things that are wonderful to do outside the parks. So let's see where you go first on this one.
Okay, I'm going to go really specific. No, I'm going to go very generic. All right, so I'm just going to say hang around your resort. I know that's incredibly generic, but the reason why I'm going to kind of just put it generically like that is because if you look even as low as a value resort, but definitely as you move up into the deluxe resorts, I mean, there's a reason why when clients and I talk and they start price comparing other hotels and other resorts, they're like, well, I can get that for $50 cheaper a night. I go, okay, but is that going to have arts and crafts and trivia at the pool and a movie every night and a campfire that you can get s'mores at and tie-dye t-shirts and horse-drawn carriage ride? And is it going to provide you with constant transportation to and from the park? And is it going to provide you with 3, like the list goes on and on and on, where it felt like for a while we had to really think about why there was an advantage to stay on site, but really the level of activities, you're not going to find that at just a Hilton. No. Sure, you might find a pool similar to what you'll find, but you're not going to find all of the nth degree. And so if you ask your front desk for kind of an activities page, you would be shocked at the number of things that there are to do at any hotel every single day. And that starts to values and works all the way up to the deluxe resorts. All the deluxe resorts are going to have like pool tables and shuffle boards and even mini golf and ping pong tables and activity centers and painting and pottery and craft, like all day long. Yeah. And then even the value resorts are going to have crafts at noon and painting at 3 and stuff like that. So just hang around your resort and just do some fun stuff with your kids is a fantastic thing to not do at the parks.
Yeah,
So
it is.
but also full of tons of examples.
Yeah, yeah. For my number 3, I am going to say take a walk around some of the cool areas that are just outside some of the parks. So between Epcot and Hollywood Studios, you have a great area called the Boardwalk. And it's basically 3 different hotels that's, well, 5 if you count Swan and Dolphin. That
we don't.
I know we don't, but
that is a company principle.
So, three hotels around. So you have Beach Club, Yacht Club, and the Boardwalk. Boardwalk has like a boardwalk of stuff to do. They've got a dueling piano bar, and they're going to have a cake bake shop, and they've got restaurants, and you can rent Surrey bikes and all kinds of stuff there, which is really cool. You can take a friendship boat basically around to all the resorts and to each of the parks and just kind of stay on it and just hang out on the boat for a while. Just being able to run around the Boardwalk area. A lot of people in the morning, you get down there for breakfast reservations and they're jogging outside on that Boardwalk area. So, yeah, I mean, who wants to run on vacation? I don't know. But yeah,
the only thing I run to is a churro.
A 13-minute line at the Haunted Mansion.
I'll run to that.
But there's these neat little areas, and if you get outside of Magic Kingdom, you can now walk to the Grand Floridian, you can walk to the Contemporary Resort, and you can work your way around to the Polynesian. So, you've got a lot of cool areas there. So, my number 3 is going to be kind of just walking to those hotel resort areas outside of those 2 parks or 3 parks, because the Boardwalk's between Studios and Epcot. So, yeah. So that is my number 3. So Peter, before we get to your number 2, if you want to be part of the show, you can send us your idea for a top 3 down on the website right now, patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning, and check out the box in the top right corner, and you can put your top 3 recommendation in there, or just put it in the comments, whether on Facebook or on YouTube tonight. Tell us what you guys want us to do a top 3 over, and we'll put it in the rotation. We basically carry a rotation of 25 at all times, and we just randomly pick one every night. So there's a possibility that next week yours could be picked. So definitely send this to us and let us interact with some of your ideas. So Peter, what is your number 2?
I'm going to go with miniature golf, Matthew.
There you go.
Miniature golf is a fantastic thing to do. So if you go past the resorts that don't count as part of the Boardwalk, you will find one miniature golf facility that has 2 different miniature golf spots. There is, I think it's called the Challenge Course, and then you'll also find Fantasia Gardens. So Fantasia Gardens is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bunch of holes with decorations themed around the movie Fantasia. And then the Challenge Course is a miniature golf course without the rocks that keep you safe, with actual water hazards, and they're all laid out and designed after famous golf holes around the world. So it's a really, really fun kind of, I don't know, nostalgic almost type of course for golf fans in your life. And then over by Blizzard Beach, like the Blizzard Beach entrance, and just to the right of that is Winter Summerland, which is another miniature golf course. And as you can guess it, half of the holes are themed winter, half of the holes are themed summer. And that one, though, is only open when Blizzard Beach is open. So you do got to watch out for Blizzard Beach being open, because when that's open, they'll send a couple of cast members over to the mini golf area to open that one up as well. And what's great about mini golf is if you stay at a resort, and I believe it's intermediates and above, but it might be deluxe and above, there's nothing above. But if you stay on site and get tickets, a lot of times you will get what's called the magical extras. And one of the things that you will get is you will get a little coupon And they don't even send you the physical coupons anymore. They just load straight to your My Disney Experience app, which is really cool. So they go straight to your card or Magic Band. But you get a free admission into a miniature golf round. So might be worth checking if you're heading down there. Just look in your tickets and passes on your My Disney Experience and just see if a mini golf pass shows up in there. So I can really, let's see, can he do this quickly enough? Maybe.
Well, and there is a way to get the physical one now. So everybody that books through Disney will have a physical one behind the front desk at their resort. So when you check in, you can ask for it at your resort. And not only will they give you that, they will also give you the Magical Extras card as well, which is... I have one up there somewhere.
It's a little blue card.
Yeah. It's up in my background somewhere.
So, go play mini golf. It's a fun time. Bundle that around like a character meal, like Matt was talking about, the boardwalk. Maybe go to Minnie's Beach Bash. Maybe go to Trattoria Al Forno for breakfast. Head over, play some mini golf, come back for a Surrey bike ride, grab a drink at Abracadabar. Boom. Whole day of fun.
Yeah. All right. So for my number 2, I'm kind of up in the air between a couple of things. My number 2, I'm going to go shopping at Disney Springs.
Okay.
Disney Springs, great outdoor mall area, has a bunch of shopping, moderate to high-end shopping for the most part. And then great restaurants there as well. But you can spend a whole day at Disney Springs pretty easily and go through shops and have a couple of meals and hang out for some nightlife and all kinds of stuff. They do all kinds of things over at Disney Springs. They do the tree walk is over there during the holiday season. They'll have high school bands that come in and play on the stage. They have local acts that come in and play on the stage on the weekends. You've got the World of Disney store there. I mean, just a ton of things to do over there. And from every one of the resort hotels, it is a bus trip away because you have direct transportation to and from Disney Springs to your home resort. So yeah, it's an easy trip, and it really fits in a lot of different ways with a Disney vacation. So my number 2 is going over to Disney Springs and doing some shopping. So let's go ahead.
Fantastic dining over there too. Tons and tons of fantastic dining over at Springs.
Yeah, I was kind of leaving that open just in case you wanted to use that as your number 1, but let's go ahead and get into our number 1s. And before you give your number 1, Peter, where can people find you?
Facebook.
I mean, that's that easy.
It is. Well, you already talked about when I was dealing with technical difficulties at the top of the show. You already talked about going over to our Disney Travel Wix site, which is scrolling periodically through the bottom of the podcast. There's a vacation planning form. That's nice because you're answering very specific targeted questions for me. But honestly, finding me on Facebook at Princess and the Mouse Disney Travel, find me. It's me and my family still standing out in front of Expedition Everest because I still haven't updated the photo, even though I think my daughter's approximately 4 years out of date in that photo. So probably need to update it relatively soon. But, just send me a message. I'll get back with you. We'll kind of set up a time to talk. And then from there, I'll ask you a few leading questions just to help inform me on how I want to steer our conversation. And then about an hour-long conversation, and you will have all your questions answered, and you will be in the right hotel. Notice I didn't say the most expensive hotel. I didn't say the most ornate. Like, I'm going to put you in the right situation. I tell my clients this all the time. It's never a high-pressure sales situation because I'm not after this for sales. This isn't my 9-to-5. It isn't my livelihood. I'm here to plan a trip for you. And so I don't need to push you into the bungalows at Polynesian for $6,000 a night. Like, I don't need to do that. I want to put you in the right room for the right fit for your family and figure out what you need. So love to talk to you. My number one, though, I will also add that Chewy does have his favorite thing to do outside of the park. So we have to go to Chewy for a bonus one, because my number one, I'm actually going to go back to Disney Springs, but I'm going to really hone in. One of my favorite things to do, and you can do this anytime during the middle of the day when it's hot, at night, when it's starting to cool off, is I love going up to the rooftop Coke bar. So Coca-Cola building right across from the theater, right next to where you go to get back onto the buses if you're going to a Disney resort. There's a Coke building, and if you either take the elevator or just walk a really cool ramp that just keeps circling the building, which is just, squaring the building is more accurate, rectangling the building. You can get up to the roof, and on the roof, they have a Coke bar that has all sorts of different floats and shakes. They have, of course, soft drinks and beverages, but they have different Cokes from all around the world. It's essentially like Club Cool in Epcot, just boom, expanded to an entire outdoor seating area. They've got a couple of fans going up there. There's always a nice breeze because you're up a little bit higher above the building line. So it's just a really great way to just kind of sit back and relax and unwind. I will say it's detracted slightly because Disney Springs clearly had to make decisions on where they put their liquor laws or their liquor licenses, because the Coke bar is now alcohol free, which that's not a deal breaker. I still went there twice last trip. But, it was kind of fun to be able to pick adult beverages with really unique flavors and Coke products and things like that. But it's still really cool. We got a float flight. So there's 8 floats with all sorts of different beverages with a little scoop of vanilla ice cream in them. Great time. Highly recommend the Coke bar if you have not ventured over to Disney Springs to do that.
No, that's interesting. I've never done the Coke bar, so that might be something that, yeah.
September, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, are adding to the September trip already. All right, my number one. Haven't done it in a few years, but it is going to play golf outside of the park.
I knew it. I said mini golf because I'm like, because he's going to say golf.
Yeah, I am. I love playing golf down there. So 2 sets of courses, basically. You have Lake Buena Vista that's off of Saratoga Springs and Old Key West. And then you have the Palm, the Magnolia, and Oak Trail that are basically off of Shades of Green, across the street from the Polynesian, basically. So 2 different sections, 3 18-hole courses, 1 9-hole course, and then Oak Trail during parts of the year will also be a foot golf course for those of you that are into it. But as far as quality of courses, fantastic quality courses. They've hosted PGA qualifiers, senior PGA events, LPGA events. So it's high-end golf, and the Magnolia and the Palm are under a renovation right now that is just making them better, which is going to be awesome. Also, you don't have to take your clubs down there if you're not just tied to your clubs, or you just want to go down there and experience it. You can rent clubs, you can rent shoes, you can rent basically everything you need down there, and it's reasonably priced. One tip that I have is continually go back to your booking as it gets closer, because if it's not filling up, the tee times around you will go down in price. So, when we were booking that February trip, I went back and booked it 2 or 3 times and just continually saved money on that tee time. So something to check out and look at while you're down there. So my number one tonight is playing golf outside of the Disney parks. So Chewy apparently has his own number one.
Okay, I can translate.
Okay.
So obviously, being Chewbacca, he loves spending a day at the spa. So that is absolutely something that this furry little fella, loves doing down at Disney outside of the parks. Right now, Senses is the only spa that you can book over at Grand Floridian, but several of the deluxe resorts do have spa facilities that I would anticipate opening up here in the next year or so. I mean, my wife and my friend's not fiance, if you're watching this show, Zach, get on it. So my wife and my good friends, yes, my daughter, my mother-in-law, they all went over to Senses. They all got pedicures. My daughter got a haircut. It was just a really, really fantastic experience for them. And they even just got like the quick services. You can get couples massages, 90-minute massages, 2-hour massages, hot stone massages, haircuts, full pedicures, half pedicures, manicures. Oh my gosh. Like full service. And it is obviously, for a Wookiee, top of the list for things to do outside of Disney parks is, get the hair groomed a little bit. So that is Chewie's number one thing to do outside of the Disney parks.
Chewie is not allowed to have any more input on the show.
Whatever, that was a good one. That was a good one. And he actually gave a decent speech there at the beginning.
Yeah, there's so many good things to do outside the parks, and I think it's hard to limit it to 6 because we've done the top 3 things to walk to outside the parks, and a lot of those things you can walk to, but there's just so many good things when you think about eating outside of the parks and what you can do at all of the resorts outside of the parks. Even just if you walk outside Magic Kingdom and go to the Contemporary, you can ride jet skis, you can fish, you can do all kinds of things on the water there too. There's a lot that can be done that isn't just scanning your Magic Band and going into a park. So just things to think about when you're booking a trip, and if you want to make it longer and not continually add park days to that trip. So, great top 3. That is our top 3 for tonight. Do you have a client question this week?
Nope.
I
don't think so. I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think if there'd be a good client
question. I'm trying to think through things that I've talked with my clients recently, and not really anything that we haven't talked about before. And
so I think we're good. So I'll go ahead. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and end the show on that. Peter, thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Everybody that's watching and listening, if you do have any questions, definitely reach out to us. I'll go through all of the social media accounts in the outro. You guys all have a good week, and we will see you later. Hey, thanks for checking us out today. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help out the channel. Also, if you're looking for some more Disney content, check this out. I think you're going to like it.